lust is like sugar sprinkled with fentanyl, right? On the surface, it all looks like one thing, right? It all looks like this sweet treat, right? But you don't know that you're opening yourself into an addiction that may take over your life, you know? You may lose yourself in this, right? It's important on the spiritual path to be able to control lust, right? Because in lust doesn't always have to mean sex, but in a lot of cases it does, right? So what happens is lust hijacks the natural instinct to reproduce, right? And it destroys our perceptions of what life is. We're more of a black hole that consumes rather than a sun that radiates, right? You know, because we're not here to just take, you know, sexually, materially, you know, any of that, right? We're here to spread our light, to realize the truth and spread it and shine it onto the world, you know, be a lighthouse so that they too can realize that they're also this light, right? But, you know, lust destroys that, you know? Lust makes you resort back to that of an animal, right? If you really think about it, like the feeling, right? It's like a heavy pressure, right? That you might mistake for feeling good for a while, right? But sooner or later, when you start to cultivate some more awareness, you start to realize that it's a little bit painful, right? It's restlessness. It's just that which is the opposite of peace, right? You know, it is this discourse in the body, right? You might think it's, oh, this is just my natural instinct. It feels good to do this. No, it's this shake-up, this stir of your inner tranquility, right? And you're always going to be lost in the illusion if you're lost inside of the fucking stir-up, right? How are you going to realize the truth when you're living a part of the lie, right? Now, that doesn't mean that, you know, you never have sex. That doesn't mean you never, you know, use those instincts for procreation, right? No, that's not what that means, right? That's where people tend to go too extreme and do things that they can't fucking handle, and then, like, that's why the priests and the shit like that become fucking sex offenders, right? It's not about that. It's about becoming peace, right? Rather than restlessness, right? Being able to have control of these urges, but not denying that it's a baseline fundamental of reality, right? Because without that, none of us would be here, right? You gotta have, it's gotta be there, but to be controlled by it, and for the amount of stupid shit that people do, right? To just satisfy this 10 seconds of pleasure, it's very stupid, you know? Very stupid. It's like, a lot of times, it's like, you know, someone's drunk or something like that, right? And then they do something fucking very stupid, and then they wake up the next day and they're like, damn, why the fuck did I do that, right? Lust is no different, right? You know, under the influence of lust, because it is very much a drug, right? That desire for dopamine, right? Once it wears off, you might have this clarity like, bro, whoa, that was not even me. And that's right. It wasn't you, right? On the spiritual path, we tend to try to be perfect, right? And that also isn't realistic. But the more and more we fall short on these things, right? And we cultivate awareness and we're conscious about it, the gap between us falling gets smaller and smaller till eventually, you know, you're just in flow with the universe, right? You're in alignment with the flow of life, right? And at that point, that's when you get health, that's when you get wealth, that's when you get just pure abundance, right? You know, like Yeshua says, like, you know, you command a mountain to move and it'll move away, right? But, you know, that takes time. The path is, you know, you gotta be patient on this path, right? So, just stay vigilant. Vigilant, is that even a word? Stay diligent. I was thinking of two words at the same time. Stay diligent on the path.